The views and opinions expressed on Analyze This are entirely those of the on air participants and do not reflect those of the station's board, management, staff, or underwriters.
And we're back here Analyze This. So, um, waiting for Miss Beazer to come in. I tell Adam, my engineer DJ, right? Is Danny Challenger from Dominica, right? So I gonna tell you to play that Dominica song there that Chin and Judy Bone, Chin out of St. John and Judy Bone love to hear. Right? And I got to choke this in at some point. So Rufus Tumble could think back to 1978 when when that cowbell that dog school mass. Hey dog school, you hear the cowbell? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the hands there. Wow. Yeah. Hey, I told you Judy Bourne. Dance music. Just to mellow the mind before we entertain Miss Beazer for the Red Cross. Don't forget tomorrow, no, Governor coming in. Yeah, man. Around 8:20. Yeah. I hear they got a nice Creole festival down in Dominica. It's true. Sometime in October, somewhere around there. I'm gonna check that out. You know what I'm saying? So I could go down there and hear that harmonica. That's a harmonica, right? Right? Oh gosh. That could be a synthesizer though. Yeah. Japuyo. I wonder what I mean. what I mean, Danny? Text me, man. Eh? What I mean? Hey, you got a live version of this. When Jeff Joseph was alive. Woy. Hey, Terry T, when you and Fidel were putting in all them system in the car back in the day, I used to use Heartbeat as a test tune, but you should have used this, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. Turn it up 1 decibel level so the people can hear this beautiful Caribbean music that can enjoy everyone was talking about all year. Yeah. If you want to know, hey, Neville crazy, you know, how Neville just want to be chucking in this kind of music at any time. That's the evolution of the show. You know what I'm saying? You hear the hand them? I would want to hear Quiet Fire playing this song. You want to believe it's Gramax itself. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Rufus Tumble. Hold on to this, yeah. What's your name that tease me? That's a harmonica, man. That could be a harmonica, Danny. Huh? Leslie Commission, the laugh, because you don't want to know. What kind of grain? It'll be a full grain or a half grain or a slow grain. Tout man come and say movie. Woy. Yeah. Crazy Neville. On a Tuesday morning. That's because, don't blame me. Blame the DJ, the engineer, because he come from Dominica. So I gonna put everything on he. Don't blame me. When he there, I go play. Yeah, you hear the hand them? Lord of Nichols, hold on to this, yeah. Yeah. Got a text message from Chin. Chin is the best. Chin from St. John said good music. Good morning. Yeah, man. Okay. Daddy, this is the deal. Turn it down a little bit. the live version, the live YouTube clip. They say, Pawe. Are you ready? That's what Pawe mean? Eh? Wait, mean? Pawe. Are you ready? And then he said, Eskezat Pawe. What do you mean when he said that there? Is everybody ready? Yeah. Pawe. Okay, let me turn it up so they can hear the guitar. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just said, Eskezat Pawe. Zat de taumine. La 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 la. Daddy laughing. I wish he was still alive, Daddy, man. That Jeff Joseph was special, man. Oh, yeah. That's a saxophone, right? That's either a sax or a trombone. Or a fugal horn. What is that, yeah? Eskezat Pawe. Yeah. For real? Chubby from Midnight Groovers. Wow. And that's Midnight Groovers a special band, man. Oh, yeah. Man in St. John. Blame it on Danny, you know. Danny come from Dominica and he died in the boat. Don't blame me. I go pull up the next phone now to see the message. I want the people cussing because I'm a local show and they are choking in this music, but I can't help myself. Doc School said, must move when you hear that tune. I reckon. You got the rack, man. You got the rack. Tune, no. CHUNE. Okay? Another one of my listeners said, loving the Pawe. Morning. Yeah, when I watched that clip, right? This is before Jeff Joseph died, because he was a lead singer, right? And there was he liked to wear yellow pants, yellow and white pants, right, Danny? Right? And when I heard him, and he said that Pawe, I went to Lewis Hill. I said, Lewis Hill, what Pawe means? He said, ready. Are you ready? Right? And SK is that Pawe. Now we know Tooth Moon is everybody, right? Right? Tooth Moon, all that stuff, guys. What the band name? Out Antigua, Burning Flames. They had a song, Tooth Moon Saute, Tooth Moon Dance, right? Is everybody what? Everybody sing or everybody shout? What Saute mean? Everybody jump. Okay, everybody jump, right? And everybody dance, right? Tooth Moon Dance, right? They had a big song. That was a big tune for. Hey, Burning Flames were nice, and the Burning Flames could play any kind of music. They play that. They also play One Tanamera, right? They play that, right? But when we grew up, right, listening to people from St. Lucia and Dominica speaking raw patois, right, and that's what's the kind of word you would use? It's like a modified French, right? That's what it is, right? Modified French. Right? They're trying to be intelligent here. You know what I'm saying? Modified. And to hear them, and we used to sit down and just watch them, and they're going back and forth and all that stuff, right? Of course, you know the first words that we learned in patois is bad words. He laughing, right? Of course, and I'm not allowed to, you know, to say that, you know, on the radio. Not just NPR, commercial stations as well. The boss had me to know one day. You know what I'm saying? But that dance music, right? Exile 1. Gramax. Later on, Kassav. Right? And then Midnight Groovers. Midnight Groovers got a song. I've been looking for it for about 30 years now. Right? Can't seem to find it. But you telling me now that a Midnight Groovers man were part of the Gramax band back in there, or Chubby? Also, you're saying that Chubby for Midnight Groovers is at Jeff Joseph level. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Midnight Groovers had a wicked. So I ain't gonna find it one of these days or no. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can't find the name. You know who big to down there? WCK. WCK were big back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, okay. Well, then I can work with you because I want to, they had a certain song there that the beat escaping me now, but when it come to me, I'm going to let you know about it. But, okay, hold on there. Okay, we name say that Patriots jet, that Patriots jet that landed in St. Thomas, they're saying is Delta. Oh, yeah? Hold on there. Well, Leslie trying to help me with that Midnight Groover's big tune, too. Hold on there. Let me see if it's Delta for you. I ain't trying to. I like to be factual. I know me. All right? Okay, we're going to figure it out. Okay. Miss Beazer? Coming in? Okay, good. Yeah. Come in. Martin. Just get comfortable there, put on the headphones there, and we could talk about the Red Cross in a little bit. Yeah, the Midnight Groovers tune gonna come to me. So Danny and Leslie gonna help me out with that. Ay. Yeah, you gonna come to me. Yeah. Miss Beazer, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm gonna let the microphone go. Good morning. You can hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. There we go. I can hear you now. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Good. I saw you last week. Week, right?
Yes, it was.
How's the Red Cross?
Red Cross is doing well. We could use some help, though.
Always. Yeah. I had a big meeting this weekend, or I think when I drove by there, I saw a number of your big shots coming out of the Garrett's. It's a Garrett's building, right? They're in Castle Coakley. What's the name of the building in Castle Coakley?
Yeah, that is the Garrett's building.
It's
the Red Cross, Garrett's Memorial Red Cross Center is the name.
Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the status of the Red Cross right now here in the Virgin Islands?
Well, right now we are preparing to do a major recruitment.
Okay.
And where the effort is being done through a project called Shelter Heroes. So as everyone knows, sheltering is one of the primary things that Red Cross does. Sheltering is a basic human need. We can't survive, at least not long term, without sheltering.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're trying to get as many volunteers as we can in the area of sheltering. So the program is tomorrow, actually. We're having a presentation from 2 to 5 where individuals can come in and learn about how we carry out sheltering responsibilities.
Okay.
This is not just for the hurricane season. It, of course, that's a big area, but we also have no notice emergencies that happen, and one of them is fires. When we have, we've developed a working relationship with the fire department, and so when there is a residential fire that's called in, the firefighters head out, but they also call us.
Okay.
The reason is fires are devastating. They're traumatic. People lose their resources. Just imagine losing your house. Everything you've worked for. And in our community, it is definitely the biggest investment for the average person. And in many communities, not just our communities, because we also provide this support in CONUS.
Okay.
So usually many of the fires here are small scale. It's just one house, one family. And so, if we give them, some money and, provide counseling for them and so forth, that normally works out. A lot of people in our community also has family that they can, turn to, but not everyone does. Just imagine if Kennedy or one of these, housing developments was to have a major fire. Mm-hmm. What would we do? So what we're trying to do is to develop what's called no-notice shelters. They're not schools. We're speaking to churches that have halls, and trying to get them to partner with Red Cross to provide these spaces in the event of any kind of
emergency.
Exactly. Hence the reason also for this particular sheltering program that we're doing. People can come, just get a sense of Red Cross. You might decide, hey, sheltering isn't for me, but there are other things we do. By coming and seeing the going through the presentation, you get a sense of, okay, what the organization is really all about.
Yeah, fix the headphones so that you don't have to hold it. yeah, put that. There you go. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the whole approach to educate the community. It takes a while. It only takes, a few hours. You don't have to come, from beginning to end. You can come, whenever. We're going to be doing these consistently, though.
Okay.
This one is on St. Croix.
When is this?
It's the tomorrow, Wednesday.
Wednesday, 28th?
28th, yeah. I was trying to get in here earlier in the month, if you remember.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Then,
no, don't done.
And then we're having one in St. Thomas. That'll be the 25th of February. So it'll be the last Wednesday of every month. We're going to be doing these.
What about St. John?
On St. John, we do not have an office.
That can't work.
So that,
we go figure something out.
That creates a handicap for us.
Yeah, but St. John, even if you got to ask the legislature, to see if they could provide that service for you. I can't speak for them.
Right.
But if you could reach out to Senate President Potter's office, see if you could make it available for St. John as well. Can't leave out St. John. I can't expect people from St. John to be hopping on a ferry to come to St. Thomas all the time.
Right.
You know
exactly.
So if we could take what you're offering or what you're presenting to St. John, that would be appreciative. Okay.
Yes,
so Senator Potter, if you're listening, the American Red Cross, they're doing a no-notice shelter. That's the name of it.
Right.
No-notice shelter recruitment or and promotion.
Right.
And they set up, the first one is for tomorrow.
Right.
January 28th on St. Croix.
Right.
And then it's going to be February 25th. Right?
Right, on St. Thomas.
On St. Thomas. So the last Wednesday in March is going to be March 25th. Right? So if we could set up the legislature in advance, 8 weeks, right, for them, because they don't have an office in St. John. If you could set up, if you could provide the legislature or some building, maybe even the governor. Maybe the governor coming tomorrow, maybe I could find out if the administrator could find some place so that you could do it. Yeah, turn that there wrong. Right? There we go. Right? If we could get the administrator or somebody to make a building available on March 25th, so St. John could be a part of the deal, that would be appreciated as well. Right? Now, don't forget Water Island. Right? So if you're dealing with St. Thomas, when you're promoting the St. Thomas recruitment, which is the 25th of February,
right,
see if you could include Water Island in that one as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We had when the
hold on 1 second. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Sure.
We're going to a break now. Danny came out to make sure that you had the headphone there. The opposite way around. Right, we come up, we'll pick up that one. We got Miss Beazer here from the American Red Cross. They're in a recruitment mode. Hurricane season finished last month, but they're going to be here in another 4 or 5 months again. You know what I'm saying? And the Red Cross has always been an integral part of making sure that the recovery and people being safe in the aftermath of events is available to us. We'll be back right after this. And we're back here, and it's just, we synchronized that there. There we go. And we got Miss Tina Beazer from the American Red Cross. Good morning once again. And then, so, recruitment tomorrow, St. Croix.
Right.
St. Thomas 4 weeks later.
Right.
St. John's tentatively 4 weeks after that.
Right.
Right? Okay, good. Right. I got and impose him a will on the Red Cross. I apologize, but I just don't like how St. John, as a Crucian, I don't like how we don't take St. John for granted. So that's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? But in your case, you got a legitimate excuse. You don't have the resources. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I enjoy looking out for St. John.
And so
me.
do I.
Yeah.
We do have volunteers on St. John.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
So,
as a matter of fact, you were looking for a vehicle and transportation and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just trying to use this platform to make sure everybody is accounted for, including Water Island. You know what I mean? So we're good with that.
I appreciate it.
How is the Red Cross in general, though? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, we
Need some more resources like you always do, but
well, we're in alliance with the North and Central Florida region
okay.
of the overall American Red Cross. So
North and Central. What about the South Florida region? How come you're not part of that one there?
To be honest with you,
Miami, Tampa, that's South Florida part.
Right, yeah, exactly. To be honest with you, I don't know.
Because Central is Orlando, North is Jacksonville, Tallahassee. So I'm just curious as to why.
Tampa,
Yeah.
going all the way up.
The Panhandle. Yeah.
Right,
heading
yes,
up there,
exactly.
Yeah.
When I came on board as an employee, this relationship was already set.
That's so.
And so
you ain't trying to
settled
fix.
in.
You ain't trying to fix what's not broken.
Not broken,
So
exactly,
we're good
exactly.
with that. And you have a good relationship with them,
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We get support in terms of business alignment, training, for both employees and volunteers. If anything happens, they'll be sending folks down, to be there along with us. So we do get, in fact, we work basically day to day, every day with them.
That's good.
Emails, virtual meetings, things like that. Yeah.
Clarice, that's her name. She used to be a big advocate for the Red Cross back in the day, big in the Democratic Party.
Okay.
I forget her name. It'll come to me, but she was a staunch Red Cross advocate, and of course people, tend to appreciate the Red Cross when hurricane hit, but we want them to be Red Cross conscious throughout.
Yeah, well, what the community need to realize is Red Cross is a community organization. So this is our Red Cross. And people who are, I know, some people are retired and they're at home and they're wondering what to do and they're not getting exercise.
They could
and
be
so
a part
forth.
of that, right?
They could be a part of Red
like
Cross,
that. I like the way, yeah.
We have volunteers who are in their 80s, and it gives you an opportunity to continue to use your mind, to continue to interact with people of all ages. We just started a youth club with the students are from Complex and Central High.
Okay, so getting young people Red Cross conscious.
Exactly,
I like that.
exactly. It's a community organization, and for the youth especially, it's an outlet. Sometimes when you're very young, you have dreams and ideas, and you kind of wonder, can these ever be materialized? Well, you can start materializing them and understand how to put things in place by being a part of a youth club, and
they can learn to be in a giving and
supportive
mode
environment
at a young age.
Right,
that's a good thing. I like that. So Complex is there and Central, or just
well, the students who form the club, they're from both Complex and Central.
Central, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's called Red Cross Club of STX is what they named it.
Ah, man, that's nice, man.
Yeah.
That's nice. That make me feel good, man.
Yeah.
Wow. And we're struggling. We don't have as many private schools as we did back in the day,
right,
for obvious reasons, economics.
Right. Yeah.
And actually enrollment is smaller. And a matter of fact, one of the things I'm going to talk with the governor coming out tomorrow, he gave the state to the territory.
Yes.
And we do the kids count, with the St. Croix Foundation.
Yep.
And we've lost territory-wide the population. We've lost 20,000.
Yes.
Or thereabout 19,000 and change, right?
Yeah.
106,000 to 87 based on the census. And we've lost 17,000 students.
Right.
Student enrollment.
Yeah.
So when I was doing the math, 17,000 students, 20,000 in total. That's 85%
Yeah.
of the population loss are students. You know, and that's how brain drains happen.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I'm looking forward. And the governor, before he was a governor, he was big with junior achievement or something like that. Something that he did with UVI.
Right. Yes, I
That's
remember that.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to. I'm glad you came to this so that I can remember to make a note to talk about that tomorrow as well. Now, what about the years when we don't have events and we collect resources? We put in that money in escrow, we generating interest, that money is available, so in the event something happened the following year, we have additional resources. What about that?
Any funds that come in, they are they're a part of, well, right now, as I said, we're aligned with North and Central Florida. So our resources come through North and Central Florida.
Okay.
I really and truly would like to speak to, anyone who is listening who have the opportunity to give to the organization, please do. Even if it's just $10 a month, it really helps.
If somebody is to run into money and they live here in the Virgin Islands and they said, let's say they run into 9 figures worth of money and they got $5-10 million that they want to make as a contribution to Virgin Islands Red Cross. Because we're part of North and South Florida, that money sharing with North and South Florida, or
that money would go towards the Virgin Islands Red Cross.
Okay, so that would stay here.
Right.
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
Exactly.
Not that we wouldn't want to share with North and South Florida because we ain't giving mode anyway.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
But our situation is unique.
Right. Exactly.
We're not attached to anybody else. Nobody can drive from Louisiana to the Virgin Islands.
Right. In
Like
fact, we can't even drive from here to St. Thomas
you know what I'm
ourselves.
saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I was asking that question there.
Right.
Good. What about your relationship with health organizations? Because the reality is well-being is a primary focus of Red Cross. What about that?
Well, here in the USVI, our focus right now is on disasters.
Okay.
We do have nurses who are part of who are volunteers. They are volunteers in the event that something is necessary during a disaster. And
I just got a text from one of my St. John people. Joycelyn Jacobs.
Yes.
Jennifer Jones.
Yes.
Those are the diligent Red Cross workers on St.
Yes,
John.
exactly.
So we want to give them a shout this morning. Thank you very much, Uncle Eddie.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, those are dedicated Red Crossers and have been for many years.
So if you don't have a building in St. John, what happens over there? Just cell phone communication. If the cell tower up, or where is there anywhere they can go?
There is
yes, estate agent or something.
Well, we align with the government whenever anything happens.
Okay, that's good.
So
how about St. John Rescue? You got St. John Rescue over there?
Yes, there is a St. John Rescue, and we do partner with them.
Okay, good.
We partner with Love City Strong.
Okay.
So
you got good relationship,
right? That's how the organization works. When we go into a community, we develop working relationships with other entities in the community because no agency can do it by themselves. And so by creating these partnerships, we share information about about what's happening. We sometimes they're even volunteers. We had someone from Love City Strong that recently who inquired about becoming a volunteer with Red Cross. So, those kinds of relationships happen as well. Also, there's the VOAD. We are closely aligned with VOAD. The Ham Radio Group. we are very closely aligned with them. Our St. Thomas and our St. Croix offices, we have available spaces. When we're not using those spaces, we allow the ham radio to come in and give their, classes and their presentations and so forth. Because of course they're an organization, but they don't have a set building kind of thing. So we align with other organizations in the community so that when anything happens, we're not strangers to one another.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm just just smiling, just feeling good about that young people thing that they got with Central High and Complex. Yeah,
yes,
man,
yes.
that make me feel good
Yeah.
to know that our young people, are of a mindset where they in sacrifice and giving mode
Right.
at a young age.
Right, yeah.
Try to get a private school. I'm involved, man. Free Will Baptist.
We do reach out to them.
Good Hope Country Day.
Yeah, we
Cause,
do
'cause
reach
I
out.
I talk to students and they come in for and the students nowadays, they are, because they have more resources available to them, right? They speak at a different level that we spoke when we were young. And we wanted to think that we were, like when I went to St. Dunstan, we used to think, we special children and we got in private school and them kind of thing and all that stuff. We didn't speak at the level and the vocabulary, expansive vocabulary
Right.
that the young people got now. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, exactly.
And so I'm just, whenever they come in, I'm just amazed at how articulate they are.
Right.
Like whether they be acting. Like there's a gun violence movement with what's his name, Mr. Cannon, and they do movies and all that stuff. Dr. Prasad Data were here. Just listening to them, it's just amazing. So I'm glad that you're telling me that, that they understand that giving back to the community.
Right.
Right?
Right. They understand the importance of that, and they understand that they can indeed participate.
Yeah, man.
They don't have to sit on the sidelines.
So,
They do things at their level, but they can participate, and they're encouraged when adults pardon me, who have, the authority and the knowledge of, the wider world, reach out a hand and say, hey, I'll show you. So yeah, absolutely. The youth want to be involved.
That's how it should be. So let's give the details for tomorrow. We're at the Garrett's Building tomorrow.
Yes.
Garrett's Building.
Yeah.
What time? After work? 5:30.
Well, we're starting at 2.
Turn at 2. Okay.
Yeah, but we're going until 5.
2 until 5.
Yes.
And the goal for tomorrow
is to give a presentation on how American Red Cross functions so far as sheltering is concerned. So that gives you an understanding of the organization in general. Attendees can ask questions, and there will be brochures so that, you can take away information. If sheltering isn't for you, but you do want to participate in the community, there are other things you can do. So this is sort of like an opening the door, like someone invites you to their house and you come and, you look around and you say, oh yeah, I like that, or I like this, and that wasn't the main goal of that visit, but you could always, speak to them and say, hey, I saw such and such, and I'm interested in learning more about that. So that's what this is, an opportunity to come in.
No notice shelter we're talking about.
No notice shelters primarily.
Okay. The difference between regular shelter and no notice shelter. Talk about that.
The regular sheltering here in the VI would be during hurricane season.
Correct.
And so it's a more, extensive period of sheltering. You might need shelter for an entire month. With a no-notice shelter, it's a week, maybe 2 weeks. And so the approach is different. There are meetings with the clients to help them to get back on their feet ASAP. We'll make referrals, to different, agencies in the community who have programs that can support them. So it's a shorter period of sheltering. It's a sheltering also where you have to move at a different speed. The thing about hurricane season is because hurricane season is practically every year, we get a lot of information.
Yeah.
We can calculate, okay, this is coming. It's going to hit us, in 2 days. So, when a no notice happens, it happens.
Yeah.
So we have to get into, performance mode ASAP.
Question, why don't we have more blood drives here?
We don't have any blood drives
At all?
because we do not work with blood.
Okay.
It's just not something that we do.
Okay, so that's that for I. But who would that be? You know, who
Okay, so that actually, what many folks don't realize, that there are even other states that don't do blood. It's
Okay.
not just the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Okay, so we're not isolated in that regard.
No, it's
Okay.
it's not. It's not
And
just.
that's a very technical thing there as well. You know what I'm
Yes, exactly. Well, it's a lot of funding also.
Yes,
Because
cost.
the facility has to be developed with that in mind ahead of time. You know, they
got
think
specific specs and all that stuff.
exactly.
They got to put in place
Exactly.
to protect everybody involved.
Exactly.
Okay,
And then to hire the staff, you know, and
You're
put
right.
all of that right.
You're right.
Plus, here in the VI, we don't have a blood bank.
Yeah. Oh, that's the next thing too. So
Right.
maybe that should be the precursor, right?
Exactly.
That should be the focus, and then we can go from there.
Exactly, because
Okay.
we have to have a place to store, you know, all of that resource.
Correct. So tomorrow, 2:00, Garrett's building, 2 to 5.
Yes.
Presentation about Red Cross in general, and then we
Yes.
focus in on a no notice recruitment, and then
Exactly.
St. Thomas 4 weeks from tomorrow,
Right.
February 25th, and
Right.
then tentatively St. John 4 weeks after that, March 25th.
Right.
Keeping the fingers crossed, and I can do what I could do.
Right.
And Eddie Bruce done text me already about helping in that regard, so we can reach out.
Right.
Ms. Beazer, great conversation this morning.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Looking forward to talking with you again.
Likewise.
Right?
Likewise.
And, whenever you feel the need, just reach out to us here, to Marisol or Rafi, get you on and promote this giving. And if you could help me set up getting them young people on so they could talk about their contribution as well.
Yes, I'll definitely
We
mention it
appreciate
to
it.
them.
Let them know, and
bring-
just let them know
yeah.
to reach out to you. And we could talk about, promote them for what they're doing, that giving mode, and
Right.
that community conscious mode as well. Thank you very much for
Right.
joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you so much for allowing me to, speak to the community.
Without a doubt. Yeah. When we come back, we got some more information about the Gramax. And also, I got a story to tell her about Dr. Shabbat as well. Be back right after this.